Hey, what's up, everybody? I've literally been talking to my fucking self for the last 10 minutes, wondering what the hell is going on in the chat. Sorry, everybody. I'm such an idiot. I was wondering, I was like, something's wrong here. Why is nobody commenting or anything? Although I did save myself because I accidentally doxed a bunch of you earlier. But I straight up so I have to do this in, not that any of you care really, but I had to do this in Streamlabs, and so I hit go live and it said I was live for the last 23 minutes. It should have been playing like the starting soon song and all that stuff, but I have to also hit it in YouTube for some reason, so that didn't work. I apologize for that. You're giving me the silent treatment. Anyways, I was oh, what's up, Kloonberg? Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. I've been talking to myself for the last 10 minutes. Thinking that you guys were watching. Is it me? You can barely hear. Should be able to hear fine. How's that? Is that better? I think it's probably just you, AJR. Anyways, if anybody wants a wrench, if you want the wrench, if this is how I found out about World War III, I'll be pissed. Wrench for nighttime. Where's nighttime? Wrench. Give the man the wrench. Wrench the man. If you want a wrench, please support the show. Sign up on Twitter. Subscribe to me on Twitter. That is the ideal place. Or next up is patreon.com/lovevalleymail. And then DM me. Let me know what your YouTube handle is, and I will give you the Z-Wrench. Anyways, you guys missed a lot. I was literally, if you want a wrench, literally talking to myself for not even joking the last 10 minutes. How's the fasting going, says Mike Lockman. I did a 2-day fast, I think like 2 weeks ago. I want to really do like a 7-day. I've been following this guy, Russell Okung. I don't know if you know who he is. Let's see if we can find anything for him before we watch a dog get shot. We won't have to. You guys probably don't have any context of to why we're watching it. But this dude right here, Russell, he used to play for Seattle, and he used to play for, I wonder if we have, oh, here we go, let's watch this. He used to play for Seattle and I think Carolina, who's an offensive lineman, and he's been huge into fasting.
I was going through a transition. I committed my life.
There's a huge weird delay in this video. Is this his YouTube channel?
I was going through a transition. I committed my life.
Okay, that's his video, by the way. That is not me. Okay, Marcellus.
But right now, I'm going to give you guys some game and talk about Russell Okung, who went on a water diet and said he lost 100 pounds. Oh, my God. So he's been outlining his method of losing nearly 100 pounds, so 98, 97, somewhere in that world, in 40 days.
All right, there's a massive delay here for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let me check the chat here. Did North Korea just fire a missile at Japan? I don't know. Did they? What did I miss? Did North Korea just file What's up? Yeah, he played for the Seahawks. I don't know if dog get shot. That's downer stuff. Yeah, I agree. Someone left a voicemail during because I've been doing the live. Hold on. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart Chrome here so that I don't have this weird lag. Actually, it might even be this thing that I need to restart. 1 second, please, while I do this. I don't know. This has been the day of. I think this is Jewish God telling me that they didn't want to have the
SWB audio capture.
What did you guys
not
think
registered.
about that guest tonight, by the way? I think I'm going to try and have him back sometime. I feel like we really, really just scratched the surface on...
This sound biblical or something.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is Russell Okung. Let's just.
The hell he doing? But his approach,
This is former, I believe, Dallas Cowboys. Marcellus Wiley, his YouTube channel.
isn't it crazy? It raised some concerns. Like people, like all of us, man, you be like, oh man, you lost 100 pounds. And then you hear how he did it. And them claps turn to golf claps like, oh, okay. So this is a big article that came out in People magazine talking about it, and that's what we're going to go through. So we know who he is. Played 11 seasons in the league, 2010 6th-round pick, baller. During his time in the league, 4 teams and 2 Pro Bowls. But according to him, and remember y'all saw this on Twitter, I think some of you guys had to, there was a before and after picture. And it was so drastic that people didn't think it was a before and after picture. They're like, who the other dude? Like, oh, that's you? That person was inside of him. So through.
Just to be clear, you guys can hear what's going on right now because I had to reset. I just want to make sure. I believe you can, but with the bullshit that I was dealing with tonight, I just want to make sure that you can all hear. I think you can hear it, though. I'm pretty sure you can hear it. I'm just going to assume you can hear it. Okay.
In those tweets, he outlined what he did. He said the journey from being a 330 plus pounds NFL football player to 100 pounds lighter has been unreal. A new me, a new chapter. I love all that. The number one question I keep hearing is, how did you do it? Yep, I fasted for 40 days with nothing but water. Yes, you read right. The experience was so rich and rewarding that I'm going to do it again. All right, Russell, let me not be a hater, but don't do it again. Because if you were 330 and then you lost 100 pounds, now you're 230. And if you do it again, you're going to be 130. And you're going to have that big ass head and a 130 pound body. You're going to look like a pencil with them big old school racers on it. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Okay, so just an update because he has done another one. He's on day 36 right now, and he's under 200 pounds. You can go follow if you go follow him on Twitter. He does updates.
Going through a
to it.
transition.
Nice
I
house.
committed my life, 30 years, to a craft, honing it, shaping it, attempting to be the best. Trophies, accolades, I wanted it all. But I would soon find out it was all empty. It didn't matter. It was nothing. I didn't have a relationship with my wife, with my children. I didn't even know who I was. So I prayed. I asked for guidance, for wisdom, and it came to me. I knew at that very moment
Stop eating.
there was one answer.
Fuck.
Fasting. Long term, water only, fasting. I did it. 40 days, no food, only water. And now, it's time to do it again. There's more. I know there's more. There's more for the society, for the world, for our families. Everything can be different.
There you go. The background is real. What did you say? He's not play. He doesn't play anymore. Someone says he's gonna get snapped like a pencil. He doesn't play anymore. But yeah, he's like, last I checked, he's under. Let's see what he's at here. Okung. He's under. Yeah. So he's big on fasting. He says it's a big life hack. He's on day 36. He started off at 248, so he added on 20 pounds after his last fast, and now he's at, as of today, day 36, 197. So he dropped 50 pounds. He's dropped 20% of his body weight. He doesn't sleep that much. He sleeps 4 to 5 hours a night. I don't know how to read his oxygen average heart rate. I don't know. I think the longest one I've done is I've done a bunch of 3-day ones. Kind of want to do a 7-day one. I feel like I would get rid of a lot of like. I will say, like, your body, you feel lower energy for sure, but your body feels better. Like, definitely Tiny Pig says losing that much weight quickly cannot be healthy. I don't know. Speaking of background, what happened to streaming at home? I was kind of testing stuff out. I think that was before I got my strike, though. I might stream some more from my house. We'll see. That was more testing some stuff out. But, there's an episode of Rich Roll, Dr. Alan Goldhammer fasting for 40 days. Yeah. My more Tiny Pig says the quick answer is never the right one. Well, it's not quick when you do a 40-hour or 40-day fast. It's hard to say that's quick. But yeah, I mean, you got to do whatever is right for you. But I find that you really I heard Bill Maher say it, actually, oddly, on, I can't remember what podcast, but he does a week-long fast. And I met someone who does these week-long fasts, and like, your body spends so much energy and resources just digesting food that generally your body can repair itself fairly well, but it just can't because it's generally just digesting food. So anyways, if we have any links, drop the links. We decided we're not going to watch a dog get shot, which I'm pretty fine with. Just in case you want the context of why. So while I was doing these live premieres, people have been, I guess, calling in thinking that it's a live show because there's a live chat, even though the replays. This was the call.
Hey, what's up, Danny? You're hilarious. Never thought I really would do something like this, but I was going to ask you what you thought about the cop that shot the golden retriever in Ohio. I just saw that video like an hour ago, and then I saw your one.
Yeah. Anyways, it wasn't even attacking him. I don't know what I saw, like just a little bit of the video. I didn't really want to watch it, but it is crazy though. Like, I'd just much rather watch a dude getting his head like blown off than a dog get shot. Do you know about Ruby? Someone says, yeah, I do like 24-hour fasts. 24-hour fasts I do not regularly, but I do them. But I want to do like a long one. That's what I want to try. Okay. Do we have any links? Okay. The Goob and Gun Hose got some links. Let's see how I can watch this. Oh.
Hey guys, in this video.
All right. Link number 1 from the Goob. Sorry, Goob, I saw you were calling, but just the way it works. It sucks with the Zoom for the calls is there's no like waiting room that I can just toss people in. Like, ideally I would love to have a waiting room where I can put people in them. You can listen to the show and then I bring you on, which is probably closer to how Discord does it, but I haven't figured out the way to do it on YouTube.
Hey guys.
So Goob says this is, ancient aliens. The impossible stone technology of Shenekasheva Temple. All right. He says 5 minutes and 10 minutes are interesting. So let's.
And maybe this is how the small statues were also attached to the rotating pillar. I already showed you that we can put our hands inside at the back of the carvings in another video. Experts are breaking their heads thinking about how did ancient builders carve these things. It would make it much simpler if they made the small statues separately and then mounted them on the pillar.
Crazy.
In fact, now it makes more sense why they used these extensions. They are the connectors to mount these small statues to the pillar. I think archaeologists have made a big mistake in thinking that, wow, how did they make these tiny carvings with large empty spaces at the back? This is based on the assumption that the whole pillar, or at least a major portion of it, is made of one stone. While the reality is, this empty space is absolutely necessary so they could mount these separate stone blocks, and the space will also provide the necessary tolerance if they ever had to dismantle them. When we look at a large statue like this Madanika, we realize that it was made separately and then mounted in place. We don't think the statue, the wall, the ceiling is all made of one stone block, right? Why? Because this is the technology that exists today, and we always subconsciously connect any technology with today's technology. Today, if you buy a stone or a wooden statue or even a tiny figurine, you think it is a single piece because we are used to today's technology. But ancient builders must have taken it to an even more intricate micro level. So just like how we understand that a large statue is only a part of the entire structure, they broke down the statue itself into many different parts. So the statues are also made of many smaller stone blocks and then assembled together. And their assembling is so perfect, it has been fooling us for many centuries. Don't be distracted by her beauty, just focus on her left shoulder. See that joint? Nobody knows this because nobody understood this until now. But the most important information of this ancient technology is hiding inside the temple in this carving of Narasimha. We have to take a close look at the details. Lord Narasimha is a half-man, half-lion deity.
What years? What? Let me just see the. I'm trying to see how old this is. Sorry, I just want to know when this is from.
Although in this temple, his face looks a little different from a typical lion. He's wearing a helmet or a crown, and you can see the diamond in the center there, and you think he's pulling a rope in his hands. But if you look carefully, it's not a rope. It's the intestines
It's about 1,000 years old.
of a demon who's lying on his lap. He's killing the demon with his bare hands by disemboweling him, and he's basically going to wear his intestines as a garland. There are interesting details about how this demon is pinned by Narasimha. For example, he has put his leg in such a position that the demon cannot move his hand and use his shield. And Narasimha is also pressing a spear on the demon's helmet. You can see that the spear is firmly placed on his helmet. And of course, if you're not a Hindu, you may think this is pointless, right? Why put a spear on his helmet? Putting it through his face will do the job. It will kill the demon, right? No, ancient Hindu texts say that this demon cannot be killed by any weapon or any man or any animal.
It is a tough voice to have, but I mean, he's got 2 million subscribers on YouTube, so lots of people
On
got
the ground
no problem with
or
it.
in the air. This is why Lord Narasimha had to appear in this form and kill the demon on his lap with his claws. Of course, he's shown as a very powerful deity with 10 hands. In one hand, he's holding a conch. In another, he's holding a spear. The next hand has a sword. And these two hands are tearing this demon's stomach. And this hand is holding a ring or a chakra. And another one is holding an arrow. And above that, you can see another one with a mace or bludgeon. And the last two hands are shown holding the intestines. And the hands are shown with secret details about an ancient hand signal. I'm sure some of you will even claim this is an Illuminati symbol. Now, please allow me to zoom out so I can show you where the Narasimha is actually located. The entire carving you just saw is only about 3 or 4 inches wide, and it is at the end of a cylinder in the center of this ceiling block. Imagine carving all these details in that small area. It's a miracle in itself, but But this is not what we are focusing on. Archaeologists have confirmed something shocking about this carving. A few years ago, when they tried to renovate this, they accidentally found out that the cylinder moved. It was turning like a screw.
What?
When they turned it more, they were able to remove the cylinder separately like a modern bolt. You see, it has 4 sides or 4 facets of an octagon. The other 4 sides are on the other side. And yes, even today, you can unscrew this like a bolt and remove it. Until then, archaeologists had always thought that the entire ceiling is made of one solid stone block. But when they removed this centerpiece, they found that there were other stone blocks interlocked inside. And when they started to remove them one by one, they were able to completely dismantle the entire ceiling. Guess how many pieces make up this area alone? 48 pieces.
You didn't let me guess.
Yes, 48
I was gonna
small
guess
stone
that,
blocks in various shapes and sizes. No mortar, no cement, just stone blocks of various sizes and shapes interlocked using a variety of joints. If you work with machines, you know how complex it is to make just 2 or 3 pieces interlock with one another. Imagine making 48 such stone pieces on the ceiling to be locked in place against gravity, and then screw a master
that is
bolt
wild.
to lock everything. And all this was done more than 900 years ago. And when you look at the large scale...
Okay, I can't listen to his voice anymore, but that's some cool shit. All right, this is the Instagrabbing of r/dank memes from Gunhose. Drop the links if you got them. If you want to be able to drop the links, sign up. Patreon.com/low-value-mail or Twitter.com/DannyJokes and hit the subscribe button. Do it. What do we got going on in the chat here? It's all about the girth, baby. This is Michael Gelunas. Gelun. What did we just say that your last name is? Gelunas? I think we said G. Kind of sounds like Gov Cuomo. He does have... Gunhost says, my video is so polar opposite. It is a cool temple, though. It's very cool. The history of memes on Reddit. All right, let's watch it.
Boys, get your hazmat suits and art appreciation hats on. To tell this one, we're going to r/dank memes. A home for great works of art. Brilliant feats of creativity. The pinnacle of that which represents the human condition. No, don't touch. You'll become retarded too. But there's a problem. Content is being stolen. Stolen. My God, stolen. But who was doing the stoling?
This guy sounds like the spiffing Brit.
Could it have been Facebook? Was it Twitter? Is 9gag at it again? Scientists at the science lab did their analysis. My God, it was Instagram all along. They were stealing the hard work of Redditors and posting it on their own Instagram profiles. In reaction, snarky posts cropped up all over the subreddit.
Content.
But the question is, why would Instagram do it? Why? Well, that was simple. Money and internet street cred. While the people on Reddit were working hard for upvotes, the chads from Instagram would stroll in, take the hottest, toppest content, and repost it for likes and follows. Many of these stolen meme theft accounts were growing to hundreds of thousands of followers, and once large enough, could call up sponsors. And sure enough, they were living it up easy on Fatbread Stack Street, off the backs of Reddit. The Redditors looked at Instagram, then back at their up points and gold stickers, and decided that something had to change. They had to put a stop to the Instagrabbers.
Stop right there, criminal scum! I'm confiscating your stolen goods.
They went to war. The good fight started with some whining and complaining. Other subreddits joined in on the complaining too. It was extremely ineffective, so they tried asking the mods for help. But as usual, they were too busy. So they tried petitioning Instagram.
No.
They realized they needed to scheme harder. First idea.
We need some milk.
Guys, let's just stop making memes. Then there'll be no content to steal. No good. Then we'll have to find something to do on a Friday night.
I'm gonna jump in there and masturbate.
Second idea. They threatened to unlike the egg. But they couldn't do that, because blackmail is highly illegal. Third idea. Start rotating the images. That'll be pretty inconvenient. But the Instagram thieves found a cunning workaround. Finally, a good one. Let's stretch everything out really long. Instagram has strict criteria on height to width ratios, so everything will end up either way too zoomed out to read, or bits will be cut off. Bonus points for putting the punchline at the very top or bottom. This kind of worked. But the idea was cancelled when it proved too annoying for Reddit as well.
Yeah. That seems quite annoying.
Eventually, they stumbled upon the greatest and most obvious idea. Watermarks. It needed to be direct, with a pang of ironic cringe, and most of all, really obnoxious. At first, the results were phenomenal, and a few Instagram accounts were even publishing images with the watermark still on them, and being called out. In response, Instagrabbers started cropping out the watermarks, and in fact, the Instagrabbers one-upped. They created a website that automatically removed the watermarks.
Oh, that's rich.
Outrageous. So again, Reddit got to thinking. If a static watermark is too easily removed, how about a moving one? Although, not everyone could make these GIFs, and Instagrabbers could still just take a screenshot anyway. Fine. Try taking a screenshot of this. But this idea failed too. The seizures just weren't worth it. Fine. How about a massive watermark that covers the whole thing? You like that? But they removed those too. Fuck it. How about no transparency at all, they said. But this was also really annoying for the subreddit.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Then, one Redditor did the biggest think of them all. What if we made the memes out of watermarks? If they remove them, then there's no content at all. And in the meanwhile, an ingenious scheme was being hatched to subvert the online watermark removers. This user made a website that purported to remove the watermarks, but actually, it just added more. Then he added Google Analytics so he could get a snapshot of who was using the site and where most of the traffic was coming from. By now, things were hitting their peak. And then a little plot twist happened. Is that an original meme from Instagram being published on our dank memes? Did Reddit just steal from Instagram? Wait a minute. Reddit has been stealing from Twitter for years. Wait. Is everyone just stealing from everyone else? Yes. Yes, they were. And with that revelation, interest quickly moved on to more pressing matters.
The upvote button is orange. No, it's red. Orange. Red. This means war. Finn.
Alright, this time I'm going.
Alright. That was fun. Alright. Hold on. Let me call Tony back. We just got a call from Tony. Oh, whoops. Nope. I'm sorry for people's calls I missed. Let's call them back. By the way, the phone lines are open for patrons. It's the 646 number. You all know it. If you don't know it, DM.
Blue, mic check 1 2.
What's up, my man? How's it going, dude?
Did those guys really make money on the Instagram post?
Oh well, yeah, the dude, like the fat Jewish and fuck Jerry, yeah, like this. I mean, fuck Jerry started like a media company from it.
Man.
Yeah, hell yeah, he did. Oh, how did I get moved over in this screen here? I didn't notice that. Why doesn't nobody tell me this stuff? Well, maybe you did. Where's this up, dude?
I don't know how I feel about the new studio lighting, but that's just one.
We're fucking with. This is all temporary. What specifically do you not like about it?
I'm so used to the old setup. The
old well, the old studio, I had like literally 6 lights on me. Now I just have 1. But this is temporary. We're figuring everything out and getting it all set up. This is
is it really that many? Damn.
Yeah, we had a lot of lights in there.
It looks good. They made me appreciate how well the old setup looked.
Yeah.
Especially you guys doing the boys cast too. Like, it was well done. No, I'm not saying. I'm sure you could get to that level and like you got
No. We're gonna have it set up. It's just the way it worked is we had to move out of the old studio and. Like we just have a ton of, it's just like logistics wise. And like it's different. Like this studio, the ceilings are probably 5 feet higher. There's like not halogens, like fluorescent lights as well. It's just like it's different space. So you gotta set it up differently.
Right. Yeah, man. Hey, I wanted to ask, what do you think the value of like modern education is, like getting a degree or diploma or whatever? Like,
depends on what. I'm sure it's very valuable if you become an engineer or a computer scientist.
Yeah.
Computer scientist. Yeah, it depends on what. I mean, like I'm sure you could, like, computer science is a very valuable degree to have right now.
Yeah, but like it seems like more and more now, like experience or like, as James Altucher would say, writing a book would be like a bigger deal than getting a piece of paper that says you're a master at something or however the fuck that works.
Yeah, well, James Altucher wrote a fucking blog post that made him persona non grata in all of New York City, so I'd take that with a grain of salt. The guy literally cannot come back to...
For better or for worse, I guess no publicity is bad publicity, right?
That one was bad publicity. Honestly, I generally actually agree with the no publicity or any publicity is good publicity. But that one specifically because...
It's the exception to the rule.
And honestly, he was right about some things. He was right about like commercial real estate is never going to like rebound. But he was just wrong. He was wrong about other things for sure. But dude, I remember watching, can't remember what show it was, because Jerry Seinfeld like kind of tore into him and then it went away. And then Jerry Seinfeld was on like 60 Minutes or something and he brought it back up, like basically like clowning him. And I mean, whatever. James Altucher moved to Florida.
Like months later when the issue was like just dead, he revitalized a dead horse, stab it again kind of thing.
Yeah, the Great Restart. Great Restart to call in. I'll post in the Patreon the number if people don't know it, but I post it there every week. But it's you can call in. Yeah. Anyways, but James Altucher, that didn't work out for him.
That's funny. He would actually be someone who says that education is not the move, but I guess nuance.
I mean, honestly, the crazy thing is like it just depends. Like, are you gonna leave $200,000 in debt? Like, that's definitely probably a factor if you're gonna go get some stupid thing that's like useless.
Yeah, so many people make the decision when they're 18 and then they fucking go and cross swords and get into debt on signed contracts into debt of like things that you can't even declare bankruptcy for, which is insane. And I'm just like, I'm thinking about it. My brother just told me he was going to go back to school for his thing because he got a diploma, or he got a degree but not a diploma. I don't know. Something he's upgrading his thing.
I mean, the biggest scam in America, I think it's like this in Canada too, but I could be wrong, but is that you're, if you file for bankruptcy, like the only debt that like you cannot discharge in bankruptcy does not go away is student debt.
Yeah,
which is like crazy because you're, making that decision when you're 17, 18 years old sometimes.
That's exactly what I'm bringing up.
And the thing is like, look, just make it like any other loan but here's the problem. If they made that loan where it would discharge in bankruptcy, instantly the lenders would stop giving out these loans because then they would start asking questions like, oh, you need $200,000 for like a history degree. You're probably never going to be able to pay this back, and we're not going to get our money back.
Then you're not going to have fucking people teaching so many history degrees. Like, then the market will end.
Well, that's the thing, but a lot of colleges are like private businesses. A lot of colleges are like private businesses, right? So they're like, I'm sure they have a lot of skin in the game and lobbyists, and they don't want to. But yeah, it's like definitely a lot of that stuff is probably a scam. Like, not a scam. Man. It's just like not a good financial bet. But like, I'm sure there's a lot of college stuff that is.
I'm even starting to think places like Harvard and Stanford with all that gay shit and all the nonsense with affirmative action is like starting to be a bit of a scam. I know they have the prestige of the backing of the name and the years of like the prestige, but I don't know if it's the move anymore, man. I mean,
you make of it what I don't know. You can make of it what you want, like, but
I hate how everyone's like, oh, we got to get kids educated, and education is the most important thing for a young generation, and they got to be educated. And look at the educated to how much bankruptcy they have, and look at how much opportunities of them buying a home or starting a family or doing well in relationships. Look at how that's all like dwindling away, and like these are the most educated fucking generation that we've ever known.
I mean, define educated. Like, just you're saying just going to college and getting degrees and stuff?
Getting degrees and diplomas, I guess, because that's what everyone was told.
I mean, you could literally learn like all that shit on your own. It's just, I mean, you probably won't.
But then it doesn't. If you go to get a job, then it like doesn't. Depending on the job you get, it like doesn't mean anything if you don't get the degree or diploma.
I mean, I'm pretty sure right now, which is funny because like probably you are. Like, if you go, I think Google and Facebook and all those companies don't require you to have degrees anymore. I think
really?
they started realizing that like a lot of like really talented like coders and computer programmers, all that stuff, like they know how to do it before they go to school, and they were just going to school because they had to, because they couldn't get a job otherwise, and so they're just like, yeah, well, I guess we'll just hire you now, like you very, very competent. Yeah. So, but I mean, for
that's an advantage to the younger generation who or I guess the talented or those who didn't go. But then, holy shit, what about the ones who did? And took upon the debt or the time, the energy or whatever to fucking. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously
that sounds like it's for the better.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that are unfair, and like with the whole debt relief, like obviously. The student debt relief, like it's unfair if like people, you see it on Twitter a lot, or someone's like, yeah, I like went to college and I worked 3 jobs and I paid off my debt, and then people are like, well, good for you, I guess. Like, and obviously that person would feel kind of like annoyed about it. It's a fairly reasonable thing, but I don't know. It's
I would say in Canada and in other countries, the debt it's not a private loaning company. Usually backed by the federal government. Right now, there are no interest on those loans, which is nice for those ones who take on that. And there's like not as crazy bad. Something else I was going to mention, but not as crazy bad as it is in states where it could be like up to 100, 300,000. Six-figure debt.
People have crazy student debt numbers in the U.S. It's like unreal.
Yeah. And it's literally drowning in it, and it's like that. It's a handicap to start their life and moving on or whatever, and you can't even declare bankruptcy. I'm just thinking, fuck, like what a scam, especially for those who just naturally aren't inclined to do well in school. Like, raise your hand if that's you.
Yeah.
But who cares about those people? Slip right through the cracks.
I mean, again, it's just like it should. And I guess there is the element where I guess some people would, like, if they said that you could discharge it in bankruptcy, then there's some people who wouldn't get into college because of that fact. But I mean, generally, if you're like really smart and there's scholarships and all that stuff, so I don't know. But I for the most part, like if you're just going to go because you just want to delay being an adult and do whatever the fuck. And I mean, I don't know, probably not the best use. It's stuff. I
You
don't
know, yeah. I guess for a lot of people, that's what it is, and like their family can provide for them when they're young enough to do that. And the people who I'm talking to, like this, they're in their 30s and they want to go back because they don't have kids or a family yet, and they just think it's. And I'm not.
I mean, sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can be a good financial decision, but.
Right? Yeah. No. Sometimes it can be the move, but like, shit. I like wonder. I know. I think about myself and how I struggled in school, and how fucking the South Koreans, like, they literally need to do this fucking test and bang it out in mid-November, and if they don't, then pretty much like commit suicide because you suck at the thing that you try to get and you can't get into the big four companies, or, you know, I know it's more hyper-competitive than the other way of the world. I guess some people don't like hearing this shit because it's boring, but they can fuck right off because they suck at school, and it's an important thing when you're getting into debt for it. So.
Yeah, totally. All right, Tony. We're gonna get back to it.
That's what it is.
All right, let it up. Tony Scarboni, everybody. Hold on, I'm gonna call back. We just missed a call. I don't know who this was. This is Jimbo.
Danny, hi, how are
you? What's up, dog?
Hey, it's Jim from Washington.
Yeah, I thought so. That was my guess. I said, is it Jimbo? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, filling my heart up with recognize my number. You got me on speed dial there, big boy.
Well, I saw on the phone. It says city.
Right.
It says what city you're in. So I was
right.
I was cheating. I don't even know. I honestly don't know my girl's number. Like, if I had to call her right now, I don't think I could do it.
Can I ask you a stupid question?
Sure.
So phone numbers are obviously the same format in Canada, right?
Yep.
10 digits or whatever. When you were a kid, like, how many phone numbers did you remember?
Tons. I mean, I was at one point when I was a kid, there were still no area codes. There was, like, I remember a point when I was very young when it was literally just the phone number, no area codes.
Where were the hoes?
What?
Because the hoes are usually
in different area codes. I know they were just in different cities. They were just hoes in different cities. They just did old school, you know. And then and then they brought I used to know tons of phone numbers. Oh my god, 30.
It was different, easily at least 30.
Yeah,
like, I mean, all your family members plus like each of your best friends and all that stuff.
And I don't think I had them written down anywhere either. I probably. Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest. Like, I don't think I had like a phone book or whatever. Not phone book, but I mean, I guess we did have the phone book. So if you couldn't remember a phone number, you could always just go to the phone book. If I didn't remember, I guess.
It was a weird time, and when I was a kid, people had like their home addresses in the phone book too.
Yeah,
which sounds crazy nowadays.
Yeah, now it seems insane. Like, people would find that to be like a crazy invasion of privacy, and that was very just normal.
Oh yeah. I mean, I missed the main show tonight. I was calling because I was doing a little. I've been feeling pretty good. I've been going through a job interview process for the last month, and I finally got the offer today.
Nice, congrats, man. Where are you working?
Thanks.
Or not where you're working. What are you doing? Don't say you're.
Financial advisor.
Okay, cool.
Wealth management, financial planning, and I'm actually able to move back to my hometown, and I'm getting like a 30% raise to do it. So I'm pretty jazzed up.
Hell yeah! Is that the one that you recently moved away from?
Yeah, maybe like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. That wasn't like the story that you told about your friend or whatever. That wasn't that town.
No, well, no, that's been where I'm living now.
Oh, that's where you're living.
Yeah, I'm from North Idaho originally.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I've actually noticed quite a few people from like Low Value Mail and Bathhouse calling in from Idaho. It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people from Idaho. I've never been to Idaho. Is it worth going?
Yeah, do you like to golf or anything like that?
I love golfing. I literally do not ever get to golf, which is such a bummer because I live in New York City now.
Oh, yeah. See, the thing about Idaho is it's like golfer's paradise. Like, there's a golf course in my hometown where the only rules are you have to have at least pants on, and otherwise you can. Yeah, you can play barefoot. You can literally crush beers the whole time you're
Can
playing.
you wear shorts?
Yeah. You just have to have something covering your junk.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, what is this, the fucking PGA Tour? You gotta wear
No,
pants?
not to be confused. You do not have to wear a shirt or anything like that. You can literally just wear like board shorts and flip flops and go play if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the PGA Tour is like they have that annoying rule where you actually have to have long pants. Like you cannot, like, because they have the live golf thing now, and all those guys play in shorts because they're like, why the fuck would you want to play on like a 95-degree day, walking a whole course in pants?
Right. I like how all their caddies wear burqas. Personally, that was my favorite thing about live. I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna shake out, but yeah. Anyways, congrats on the new gig.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I've been just kind of stressed out. I missed your show for the last few weeks. I've been catching all the reruns because I've just been busy
good.
rocking this out.
We had a little technical snafu tonight, I think.
Oh, really? I
think the Lord was not wanting me to blaspheme like that. But we had this guy on who was pretty cool, actually. But his whole deal is that Jesus was like never existed.
Hey, there's something to be said. I mean, it's an interesting conversation to have, right? I mean, what did he get any of his arguments about why he thinks that, or?
I mean, he used to be a Baptist minister, and he's like has multiple PhDs, and he's just like, if you look at it from a critical lens, he's just like, the odds are that it was, it probably just did. There's huge gaps in the history, like 100 years, where they have nothing written. He's just like, and he found, there's all these inconsistencies and all this stuff, and he's just like, odds are probably didn't exist. That's his opinion.
It seems like an easy opinion to come around to if you're pretty red-pilled too. You just don't try, It seems like nothing's
I mean, he's an older guy. He's like 60, almost 70. But
oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, he's been through the ringer. It's funny too because I was like, when I found out about him, someone who Dilly Bro, he's the one who recommended him to me, and then I went and got him. And he like if you Google him, there's all this stuff. I guess he got canceled for being like. Which is so weird that he got canceled for like kind of just having pretty normal conservative takes for someone who's like he was on some big, or not big, but like big-ish YouTube channel. I think it's called Myth Vision or something, and then they like kicked him off for like being a conservative or something. I don't know, but you talk to him, and you're like, this guy's fucking so normal.
Yeah, and that's kind of the case now. I mean, if you don't buy in on most things, you can't even be a part of the club anymore.
Yeah,
so,
he was saying that. He goes like a lot of the church stuff is like super liberal. Like he said that at the beginning of the show, where he's like, which I found odd because I would have always thought that like religion is more just in generally is a conservative thing. Like to be religious is to be conservative.
It's kind of, I mean, and people live that in their regular lives, not just in their church too. So it's kind of a reflection of their values. And I mean, the Pope right now, a lot of people would say is like not really representative of most Catholics.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. So anyways, yeah.
It's an interesting.
I thought that was kind of weird, but
yeah, that's odd. That's interesting. Well, what happened? Your video got cut off? Is that what happened?
No, it was like for some reason there was this one thing that like wasn't working. I couldn't hear him. At all. I had to like restart everything. It was a fucking giant pain in the ass. But whatever. Figured it out. Figured it out.
Attaboy. Well, right on, Danny. Hey, can I ask you one last thing?
Sure.
So listen to the Boys Cast, and you and Ryan are basically pretty buddies. Do you ever get tired of him interrupting you on the Boys Cast?
No, not really.
Is that just how he talks?
That's just the dynamic, yeah. That's,
okay.
A lot of people kind of like, I see that mentioned a lot, but like I don't really take it that way. Like it's just the nature of the thing is you got to kind of like look for your, like the nature of kind of like riffing and stuff is you kind of got to like pick your spots and it's not and it's just like that's how it is. Like again, it could be the kind of thing like if we weren't more of in like I guess a groove or whatever, like I just keep talking and then it's just like unlistenable.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
But it's just like I mean I interrupt him all the time too. So it's not like
Yeah,
just not to the same extent probably, but
yeah, and and you do roll with it really well. I decided I was wondering that. I was listening the other day. I was like, I wonder if he gets kind of tired of this. And and it's okay if you don't want to say if that was the real case or not. But
no, honestly, not at all. Because I see those messages a lot, and it's like I see the comments a lot of people being like, and I honestly like it's never been something where I was like, yeah, it's never really been anything that I thought about. No. I mean, we've known each other for so long.
Like, right. Yeah, that's what. And you're lucky for that too. That you guys have been able to kind of grow together in the industry. I'm sure it's a pretty cool thing that you guys got going on. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, but no. The answer is no. Although you know what, tomorrow when we record, I'm gonna interrupt him just for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, just for you, I'm gonna really just step in there and really just.
Well, that's fine. I'll be thinking about you too when I'm alone in my office tomorrow. Don't worry about it. So.
All right, cool. Later, Jimbo.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Jim from Washington, everybody. All right, we don't have any more videos. We got any more videos queued up? Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. The Goob says he was friends with commies. Oh yeah, that was. Oh, we got another call here. Hello.
Hey, Danny. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up?
This is Rich Dick Johnson calling in.
Rich Dick Johnson?
I would love to know which movie did you laugh the hardest at recently?
Recently? Nothing. There hasn't been a fucking good comedy movie in like a goddamn decade.
I know.
Dude,
this is
like
a difficult question.
Honestly, like this is maybe the saddest answer, but probably like Step Brothers.
Right? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. That's 2008. What year did Tropic Thunder come out? 2008. 2008 was a fucking banger year for movies. They both came out in 2008. Yeah, like I didn't. Like I was talking about this with Roy Price when he was on Low Valley Mail. He was the guy who started. He used to be the head of Amazon Studios, and I talk to him sometimes, like in private. We just talk about because we're I've made a movie before, and we're trying to, like Ryan and I wrote a movie, and we're trying to get movies, but there's just like. I don't know if it's the appetite for comedy movies is just like not there. I didn't see Cocaine Bear. I know that did pretty well, but yeah, I'm trying to think of like the best comedy movie I've seen in the last like 5 years. I like cannot think of it. Like they're all like crap.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, like I don't even know. And every time I do watch them, they're just like look. Here's the thing: if you go Google, popular comedy movies and a lot popular, it's like shit like Don't Look Up comes up. It's like, is that even a comedy?
Don't Look Up?
Don't Look Up with like DiCaprio, like it's like the.
I felt like that was more of a commentary than a comedy.
Like the climate, yeah, like the climate change movie. That's
yeah,
like a fucking, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
but A24 movies, like the producers.
Of course.
Yeah. Beau is Afraid with Joaquin Phoenix.
Beau is no, I've never seen that.
It's strange as fuck, and it's new. I laughed harder at that movie, even though it was kind of terrifying in a strange way, than any comedy I've seen lately.
Really? It's called Beau is Afraid. Oh, that just came out.
It's weird, man. It's a strange thing.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'm like
but Joaquin Phoenix carries.
Yeah, Sorry to Bother You is one on the list. I saw it. I didn't think that was funny at all.
Right.
I don't remember that being a comedy, really. I'm like looking at the fucking list. I don't know. I didn't see Cocaine Bear. So I don't know about that. I don't know. MacGruber? What year was MacGruber? MacGruber is a pretty fucking solid.
Yeah, that's movie. That definitely.
MacGruber, 2010. There's Popstar actually maybe. Popstar is 2016. Popstar was pretty fucking funny. 2016, but yeah, I don't know. There's a real shortage of comedy movies. I don't know if just like people don't like there is an element where you don't really need to watch a comedy in theaters, but there is, I guess, because you can all like everybody can laugh together, so there's that like experience. But like in terms of the actual experience of being in a theater, you probably don't need to. And I don't know. I mean, I can tell you, comedy clubs are doing great. Comedy clubs are definitely doing great because I just think there's not a super huge appetite to go make something that like if you're a producer right now, if you want to go make some raunchy comedy or some if you're an executive, you're like, if you want to let a comedian do whatever they want, you'll probably get fucking fired for what they end up saying in it. So
Exactly.
it's like the incentive structure is just fucked up because everybody's like, oh, we're gonna get like canceled and we're gonna get our shit boycotted or whatever.
People are afraid.
But it's
They're
weird
afraid.
though because then Netflix will go and just put out a Chappelle special. So you're like, so obviously Netflix is fine taking the heat there. So then you're like, why not just like put out a movie? I don't know. Like they put out that Eddie Murphy movie with Jonah Hill. Which You People or whatever, which I think for them did well, but I haven't spoken with anybody who said it was particularly good. Except, you know what, I think my mom liked it, which is not a crazy endorsement. Hot Rod,
I appreciate
was
that.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear I haven't seen, but I know people said that was good. So, anyways. All right, cool, dude. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Super Troopers 2, I did not see. Format, have you watched What Is a Woman? Yeah, I watched What Is a Woman after it was put on Twitter. Yeah, Hot Rod is solid. Travis Kelsey, I saw Renfield with two other people. I saw Renfield action comedy in a theater with two other people there. Yeah, comedies are not doing. They should remake the remake of White Man Can't Jump with Danny and Childish Gambino. Not a bad idea, Scotty. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, if anybody is a patron here, we're gonna wrap up shortly. But if you want the wrench, and you are a patron or a Twitter subscriber, let me know. Talladega Nights was hilarious. Yeah, I mean the 2000s, the aughts, I guess is what you would call them, was fantastic. Decade for comedies. Michael Galunas, is that right? I don't watch movies or TV anymore. Oh, that's a fucking bummer. What do you watch, Michael? Just straight Andrew Tate vids? Nothing but Tate vids. Nothing but that Tate speech. Saving Silverman is a low-key banger. I don't know if I've seen Saving Silverman. Anyways, all right. I'm going to wrap this up. It is fucking 12:22. It's late as shit here. Thanks very much, everybody, for joining. We got a call. One last call. Hello.
Yo, Danny, great restart.
Yo, what's up, Restart? How you doing, man?
All right, a quick conspiracy theory.
All right, shoot.
So, everything exponentially seems to have gotten crazy over the last 10, 11, 12 years or so.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much convinced when the Mayan calendar ended, that wasn't the end of the world. That was the end of that dimension we were in. I think we went into a new fucking wormhole dimension, and this is a fucking loony version of it.
Well, do you know about The Fourth Turning? You know all about that?
Nope.
Oh, okay. You should check out The Fourth Turning. It's this book by Neil Howe.
Right.
Neil Howe, yeah. He's a demographer, I guess. But he wrote this book called The Fourth Turning, and it's about how society, civilization basically goes through seasons, and I've talked about it before, but every chunk is 80 years, and it's 4 20-year seasons, and like they're all very similar, and we're just basically at the start of the fourth one, which is the one where it's like the most unrest and like crazy stuff happens, and it's like it's pretty crazy because he kind of like called all this stuff like timing wise, and he was very right about it. It is kind of wild. And
that element too, though, I go, all right, well maybe we're in the Matrix, and that's them just kind of restarting and rebooting. You know, maybe it's like we're their game and we failed, so they restart.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we are definitely going through a period of. I remember for a very long time, basically pre-Donald Trump, for a lot of my life thinking like nothing's really happened in my life. Like, besides, whatever.
Yeah,
besides like 9/11. I guess when I say I reference it to like my grandmother, talking to my grandmother and shit, I was just like, man, so much fucking shit happened in her lifetime. Obviously, she's much older than me, but even by the time she was my age, at the time, she had just like, so much stuff had happened, like just crazy shit. And I remember being like, man, it's just such a, not that it's a bad thing. It was like great. It was, very fortunate that, but I just remember being like, man, nothing's happened. So I have a feeling a lot of bad stuff coming on the horizon, but who knows?
Yeah, that's kind of true. I was just thinking the Mayans weren't really that stupid. So was that just the end of the calendar, or was that the end of the universe that they had foreseen?
Possibly. Yeah. I'm not sure.
So that was it. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Cool, dog. Appreciate it.
All right, see ya.
All great restart, everybody. All right. That's the show. That's the after show. Appreciate you all. If you guys would like to support Low Value Mail, what's up, LP? Right on time. You are right on time as I end. But if you guys want to support the show, twitter.com/DannyJokes, patreon.com/Low Value Mail. That's it. Anyways, you guys know what you can do. Get the wrench. I'm on my way back from the gas tapings. Nice. How was that? That looked fun. I'm going to be at the party tomorrow night after the Bathhouse. Also, new episode of the Bathhouse. We got Chris O'Connor and Onika McClain tomorrow, and I'll find someone else. It shouldn't be a problem. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks very much, everybody. Sorry about the tech issues earlier, and see y'all.